Welcome back. Subscribe. Some battles aren't fought in boardrooms. They're fought in silence with paperwork and patience. I remember the day it happened. Monday morning, my boss Miranda called me into her office. She didn't waste time. "Lena," she said, crossing her legs behind her glass desk, "you've done great work, but it's time you resign. The board wants fresh leadership." Fresh leadership. That was her polite way of saying, "I'm taking your position." I'd spent 3 years building our department's new product line, innovative tech that could transform our industry, and she wanted it all. I didn't argue. I just nodded, smiled faintly, and said, "Of course, Miranda. I'll submit my resignation today." She smiled too confidently, because she didn't know what I'd already done. 6 months earlier, I'd noticed something. Miranda had a habit of taking credit for other people's work. So I quietly started patenting every new design I created under my personal name with full legal ownership. Each patent had my signature, timestamp, and proof of originality. Miranda thought the ideas were company property, but legally they were mine. So when I packed my things that afternoon, I didn't leave defeated. I left holding the one thing she didn't realize she'd lost control. 3 weeks later, a press release went out. The company announced its newest product line, the same prototypes I had personally designed. Miranda stood at the podium, all smiles, claiming she led the innovation. I watched the broadcast from my couch and I smiled because I knew what was coming. Within 48 hours, I sent a formal legal notice, cease and desist for patent infringement. Every blueprint, every schematic, every line of code belonged to me. The company had no rights to produce, market, or sell anything without my permission. The boardroom went into chaos. I was invited to a meeting to discuss a misunderstanding. But when I walked in, their faces said it all. Miranda sat at the end of the table, pale and furious. The legal department confirmed my filings all legitimate. "Lena," the chairman said carefully, "perhaps we can come to an agreement." I folded my hands. "I'm listening." They offered compensation. I declined. They offered royalties. Still no. Finally, I looked at Miranda. "Here's my offer," I said. "I'll license the patents, but not to this company. To your competitors." The silence was thick. "You can't be serious." "Oh, I'm very serious," I said. "While you were busy replacing me, I was busy protecting myself." 2 months later, the rival company launched my designs, legally licensed, publicly credited. Their sales tripled in 1 quarter. Miranda's company lost nearly half its market share, and as poetic justice would have it, the board dismissed her for failing to manage intellectual property risks. The following year, I launched my own firm. When reporters asked how I felt, I smiled and said, "Power isn't in titles or offices. It's in knowing your worth and owning your work."